SoFi stock analysis. Okay guys, so in this video we're going to be talking about SoFi stocks. So this is an interesting SPAT stock. Okay, this SPAT was one of the few SPATs done by Chamath. Guy is a billionaire, and this is one of the latest SPATs. Okay, I wanted to talk about SoFi because I've seen this company all over the place. I've seen it on other places on YouTube. They're doing some sponsorship deals. They also have a pretty big deal to host the Super Bowl next year. So a lot of nice bullish things about this company. And I think it's trading at an attractive price level. Okay, so one of the things about this channel, I'm trying to identify stocks that are basically growing. The underlying business is growing in an upwards direction, right? It's growing every month, every quarter, every year. But the stocks are unpopular. So this is one of those companies that came across my radar. I've known about them for a little bit, but now I think this is an interesting opportunity based on the latest quarterly earnings report. So to give you guys a quick rundown on SoFi, let's just jump right in to the latest quarterly report. So this is the second quarter report. Okay, you guys can find all this information on SoFi's website under their investor relations. So let's talk a little bit about SoFi. So SoFi is basically, I would call this company like the Facebook of finance. They do everything, okay? You can buy crypto, you can invest in stocks, you can apply for loans. They're just basically trying to take all of the little banking products that you use here and there, put them under one hub. And one of the nice things about this company is that they continue to have positive growth. So one of the things I try to identify when I'm looking at stocks to invest in is I want to see companies where the user base is growing. So this is one of the reasons why companies like Coinbase, Facebook, right, Twitter, Amazon with their Prime, as long as the user base is growing, so the more people that are either subscribed to the platform or members of the platform, the more revenue potential these companies can have down the road because they have their own key metrics like average revenue per user, etc., etc. So once you get a pretty big user base, and I think this is with any company, you can figure out a way to bring in revenue from those members. So if we take a look here, this thing is, this chart, this looks like it's starting to hit exponential growth, okay? So the growth of members, they just hit over 1 million members in Q1 2020. And as you can see here, things are starting to accelerate. So maybe just a couple of years ago, they were, they were basically just doing around 700,000, 800,000. Now they're well over 2.5 million members. And it looks like at this current trajectory, they should eclipse 3 million users by the end of this year. And one of the interesting things about this phenomenon is this is basically what I call the flywheel effect. So for some reason, when it comes to people, no one really wants to jump on board. But once more and more people start signing up for SoFi, you're going to see this growth curve accelerate. So it's going to start, they've only been adding like 400,000 members a month, 300,000 members a month. But as more and more people join the platform, it's going to start have this like hockey-shaped growth curve. So I think this is a good time to get in before that happens. And if we take a look here, their products continue to grow alongside member revenue growth, and they are increasing their accounts. So they had some pretty good numbers, okay, but this really wasn't reflected in the stock price. So total year-over-year member growth was over 100%. Total products was up 123%, and they had record quarterly net revenue. So I know a lot of people are really excited about record revenue because it seems like every company's had record revenue. And a lot of that has been due to, okay, obviously a lot of stimulus money, a lot of new money out here in the M1 and M2 money supply. So we're really not excited by that, but what I'm looking at is the users, okay? I want to go where the people are going. So if people are moving on to SoFi's platform, that's where I'm looking to invest. So now let's talk a little bit about the CEO. So he said the second quarter proved to be another quarter full of milestones for SoFi. We exceeded our financial expectations, delivering record adjusted quarterly net revenue and our fourth consecutive quarter of positive adjusted EBITDA. We drove our 8th straight quarter of accelerating member growth with even faster growth in cross-buying from existing members, increased our Galileo account base to nearly 79 million and raised nearly 2 billion, our successful transition to become a public company. We accomplished all of this by focusing on our members and our mission to provide them with the right financial product, services, and advice for every major financial decision in their lives and every day between. So now let's take a quick look at some other statistics. Okay, so if we scroll down here, we can take a look at one of their business segments. Okay, so this company, SoFi, like I mentioned, they're involved in quite a few different things. Okay, they have stocks, they have lending. A good chunk of their revenue is coming from the lending segment. So they generated 166 million non-GAAP basis revenue through their lending, and like I said, that's grown 73% year over year. So basically, just like Upstart, okay, guys, basically a lot of people are looking for loans, obviously due to the circumstances that are going on, and a lot of smart tech companies, fintech companies like SoFi, have taken advantage and really helped out a lot of people that were in a bind. So as we can see here over the latest quarter, one of the biggest growth sectors was, of course, personal loans, and that makes sense. That was up 188%. Student loans was up 9% year over year, and home loans was up 49% year over year. So these are three key lending segments, and I expect this to grow a lot more in the future. Okay. Now the company also, like I said, they also have their own financial service products. That's been growing at a total product growth year over year of 243%. Their investment segment grew a ton, and of course the money management as well. Credit card is new, so we'll expect that to grow as well, and then relay and work benefits. So just everything's basically moving up in the right direction. Okay, so now I want to talk a little bit about guidance. Okay, we're going to talk a little about guidance. We're going to talk more about the CEO, and then I'm going to give you guys a little bit of technical analysis where I think this stock is headed. So okay, so like I said, it says management expects continued strong growth in the third quarter of 2020 run. So they've raised their guidance. Okay, we expect these numbers to trend upwards as long as more and more people are obviously looking for loans and things like that. So now I want to talk a little bit about the CEO, Anthony Noto. So Anthony Noto, you guys can find his information on Wikipedia. He's 53 years old. His previous jobs was working at Goldman Sachs as a managing director. He was CFO of the National Football League and COO of Twitter. He actually left Twitter to start and run SoFi. So this is a founder-led company, and he went to West Point, and then he graduated with a MBA from Wharton. So this guy has literally all of the credentials, all of the experience working at some of the biggest investment firms in the world. The largest sports league in the United States, and then one of the best, I would say, fast-growing tech companies in America. So he's got all of the pedigree, he's got all the experience, and MBA from Wharton. So it just looks like this is an interesting opportunity. And then I also wanted to mention that SoFi is going to get a lot of attention. Okay, so the Super Bowl is still probably one of the largest events in the world. It's probably only second to the Olympics and the World Cup. And like I said, it says Los Angeles to host the Super Bowl in 2022 in SoFi Stadium. So just a lot of things. It just looks like a lot of a lot of new attention to SoFi. They're doing a great job with branding. They're sponsoring that stadium out there in LA. So it should be really interesting. I think a lot of people are going to become familiar with SoFi during the Super Bowl. It's an excellent branding opportunity for them. And the Super Bowl doesn't happen until February 22. So as of recording this video, that's about 5 months out from now. So I think that there's definitely going to be a lot of bullish momentum when a lot of people start seeing SoFi here, SoFi, the Super Bowl at SoFi Stadium. And they're probably going to be more interested in signing up for products and things like that, maybe even buying the stock. So now to give you guys a quick technical analysis, okay, of where I think things are going. Okay, so while this company is not profitable, revenue was up 100% year over year, and the stock's pretty beaten down. Okay, a lot of these SPAT stocks, there was a huge run up in February. SoFi was traded as high as $25. Now it's trading at its lowest levels, and there's a lot of support here. Okay, so there's a lot of support here at around $13. We've had a couple of bullish candles. Okay, 3 bullish candles in a row. So I really think there's some nice upside here. And I've also seen a lot of people on Wall Street Bets are coming into this stock. They're buying call options on this stock. They're obviously buying shares. And like I said, this is not necessarily a company that's going to become profitable overnight. But they're continuously growing their user base. They have great management. They have a lot of bullish catalysts in the future, like hosting the Super Bowl. partnerships out here with a lot of key YouTube influencers. I believe they're sponsoring. I've seen them sponsoring the Best Business Show out there. It's a really interesting crypto stocks kind of personal finance show. It's sponsored by SoFi. So, you know, they only have 2.5 million members, okay? So I really don't want to get interested in SoFi stock once they have, you know, 20 million members, 50 million, perhaps maybe they even eclipse 100 million members in the future, because it just seems like they have all the flywheels here, and with a lot of people that basically want to be able to invest, borrow money, and manage their savings and checking accounts under one hub. It just seems like a really, really, really excellent solution to the problem. So, like I said, guys, I really think this is an interesting entry point. The RSI is moving up a little bit, but you can still grab shares right now at around $15. I think that's a pretty fair price for this company. Okay, it's still up 43% from the original SPAT listing of $10. So, you know, there is a little bit of positive momentum here, and the stock has been being down. Okay, a lot of people jumped into this stock at much more expensive prices, so you'd be getting it at quite a nice discount. And looking at the market cap here, a market cap of just $12 billion, okay, I really can see SoFi, they're going to basically trade with their member growth. So if they can hit 3 million, at least 3 million members by the end of the year, they should probably eclipse that, okay? The Super Bowl is going to be a pretty big catalyst moving into next year. I wouldn't be surprised at, once again, with a $12 billion market cap, okay, SoFi is probably going to be at least a $100 billion company. So there's probably at least 8x upside here, more like 10x upside, I guess, in the long run. I think $120 billion market cap seems like a reasonable valuation for this company. Okay, so I think SoFi stock can 10x. This is one of the reasons why I'm covering this stock on this channel. I have a future price target around $150. Checks off all the boxes, like I mentioned earlier, and a lot of smart money is moving into this stock at these price levels. So one of the nice things is that anytime you can grab a stock under $20 like this, and then it can hit triple digits like $100, so like that, you're getting excellent ROI, but you're also getting excellent exposure to selling covered calls. And this is one of my favorite things to do, sell covered calls on positions like this. So you can grab up a bunch of shares, and then if SoFi hits $100 plus within the next year or two, you can generate a lot of income from your shares with those covered calls. So that's it, guys. I hope I covered the basics on SoFi stock. I'm going to be talking a lot more about this stock in the future. Really excellent company, short name, easy to remember, good branding, and the Super Bowl is going to be a major catalyst. A lot of people are going to watch the Super Bowl in February 2022, and they're going to become familiar with SoFi for the first time. So that's it. Until next time, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed my content, please smash the red subscribe button, hit the like button for more videos from me. So that's it. Until next time, guys. Take care.